Welcome to a special episode of the G5 Hive, and boy, do we have something exciting for you all today. We have a special guest joining us today. He was a standout dual sport athlete at elite Taylor High School in Houston, Texas. He excelled in both football and track, earning recognition as one of the fastest recruits in Texas for the 2022 class. He was named a District 23 6A Return Specialist of the Year as a senior. He was also a two-time state medalist in track. He spent 2 years at Texas Tech before transferring to Wyoming and is now with the New Mexico State Aggies. He was tabbed Adam Young's Offensive Breakout of the Year for the Aggies here in 2025. He is 5'9", 180 pounds. He wears number 12 for the Aggies. He is Tyler Speedy King. Welcome to the show, Tyler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's nice being on here.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and I have a feeling I know the answer, but I need to hear it from you. How did you get the nickname Speedy?
Kind of just growing up, being around all my friends I played football with. You know, I was a fast guy, so that's just what they called me. But yeah.
Who introduced you to the game of football? Who got you started in being interested in wanting to play football?
My big brother, he played DN at University of Houston back in like 2011. So I just looked up to my big brother a lot, and I also had my dad guiding me as he guided my big brother.
So we talked about track and football. What other sports did you play growing up, if any?
I played basketball and t-ball a little bit, but I was mainly a football and track athlete growing up.
What was it like playing high school football in the state of Texas, and more so 6A Texas football?
I think it was really fun, and I think it was a good experience by me being able to go against, good competition. Like, I'm going against the best of the best. It's nothing better than Texas 6A football. So, yeah.
I live here in Iowa, but what was the jump like from high school Texas 6A football to Texas Tech?
I feel like it got my body like mature to play with guys at a high level. Texas 6A is not sweet at all. It's one of the best in the country. I feel like that got me ready to go, ready to play at Tech.
Tell us about your journey from Texas Tech to Wyoming and now New Mexico State.
It's been a long journey. I learned a lot. One thing I learned is that you got to take full advantage of all your opportunities. So while I was at Tech, I played a little bit on special teams. They had me blocking punts and stuff like that. I didn't really get to play a lot of receivers, a bunch of older guys over me. But I blossomed at Wyoming. The strength coach there, Eric Donovan, he really got me very elusive. He got my speeds up, and he really did a good job. And he really knows what he's doing up there. So big shout out to Eric Donovan at Wyoming. But yeah, that's pretty much been my journey.
What led you to choose New Mexico State to further your football career?
It was kind of a no-brainer. Coach C, the receiver coach here at New Mexico State, he hit me up as soon as I got in the portal. He's from Houston, where I'm from. He got a pretty big name out here. And honestly, me and him we just built a really good connection. And everyone on staff made it feel like family. So it was a no-brainer for me to just choose New Mexico State.
Having gone through the recruiting process a couple of times, what things did you learn or do differently from your first time in the process?
One thing I truly did was I stopped letting all the big visit, all the fun, all of that, the pictures. I stopped letting all that, clutter my brain, and I try to pick what's a good situation for me.
So given that, what advice would you give an aspiring high school player about the recruiting process?
I say go where you're needed, not where you're wanted.
If you could pick two wide receivers to train with, learn from, or watch film with, who would you pick and why?
Calvin Ridley and Jerry Judy. Calvin Ridley, I feel like his vertical pressure and the way he can snap in his route, same as Jerry Judy. They're both crazy. It's like they don't have kneecaps. I feel like I kind of relate to that in my game as a route runner. So it would be them two off rip.
So when you're studying film, watching other wide receivers, which things are you paying attention the most to?
I'm gonna pay attention to how they're using their leverage and routes. Like Calvin Ridley, he's really good with vertical pressure, and by me being, a fast guy, I use that to my advantage. Also, another thing he's good at is getting in and out of his route within 2 to 3 steps, and I've been trying to master that during my time in college.
What do you feel is your main strength as a wide receiver?
My route running. I think a lot of people overlook me as a kickoff returner. I didn't put up a lot of numbers at the receiver position in Wyoming. I was the first team auditioned returner though, and the best returner in the country at that. So I feel like people overlook me at that, but I feel like my route running is unstoppable, and it shows up on tape.
What's the area of your game that you want to work on the most?
I say high pointing balls in the air. I think I kind of have the habit of trying to run under every ball. I think this year I really need to work on high pointing the ball with contested catches.
What are your goals for 2025 and moving forward, both team and personal?
Team wise, we're trying to get right back to that conference championship. The CUSA, I feel like we could just take it over. I don't see a team standing in our way. Personal wise, not only do I want to be a top kickoff returner in the country this year, I want to be a top punt returner and a top receiver. I like to be an All-American guy this year.
Well, as I mentioned in the intro, New Mexico State play-by-play announcer Adam Young told us you were his breakout player for 2025, but we wanted to give you an opportunity to shout out some of your teammates. Who are some guys that we need to know for the Aggies going into the season?
First and foremost, shout out Logan Fife, my quarterback. He can get the ball anywhere it needs to be. He's a field general. He can lead the offense. Another guy is PJ Johnson. He's another receiver. Receivers. Um, Antonio Pride. He's been hurt, but he's a baller. AJ Williams. You don't know about him yet. He came from a D3, but you're gonna hear about him. He's a big guy we're gonna have on the outside. Dijon Stanley, he's a running back. He's my roommate as well. He's also gonna help me in the return game. So I know a lot of people not gonna want to kick it to me, but you gotta pick your poison. It's either kick it to me or kick it to Dijon Stanley. So those are my guys.
Who on the Aggies is close to you in speed?
It would be Dijon Stanley. We're the two fastest guys. I'm the faster, of course. Tell them I said it.
If someone has not watched you played, what's one game you would recommend for someone to go watch? It can be high school, any school at college that you've been to.
Watch Wyoming versus Utah State from this past year. I think that's a good game.
If you could replay a game, and maybe the outcome would change, and it could be a high school, college, which game would you replay and why would you replay it?
I'll replay our game against Dickinson in the playoffs. My senior year of high school. It was our first playoff berth in 5 years, and we played against Dickinson. They had a stacked team. They had Marquise Johnson and I forgot his name. It was another guy. He was a 5-star tight end. But I'll replay that game because that was my last high school game, and I don't know. Like every time I think of high school football, I think of that loss in the playoffs.
Well, I played college baseball, and baseball guys, we've got our superstitions, we've got our things that we do. Is there a particular routine that you have on game days or a song, artist that you need to listen to before games?
Yes. In the mornings, I wake up and I pray. I pray to God. I turn on my gospel music. I'm listening. I'm listening to that throughout the whole day until like right before game day. Then I might cut NBA YoungBoy on. But another thing I do is I call my mom before every game, and she like literally every game since Little League, and we pray on the phone. So that's my routine.
When you're not playing football, what do you like to do?
I like to play my game, and I like to play with my dog.
Are you playing the new EA Sports college football game?
I will definitely be playing. Definitely, most
PS5,
definitely.
Xbox.
PS5, PS5. If
So
you want to play with me, my gamer tag is TK2 Speedy.
All right, you got it there. We're gonna clip that. We're gonna get you some people to play against. I assume
All
you're
right,
playing
bet.
as New Mexico State.
Definitely.
What do you like most about the game?
I like just the fact that I'm in the game. I grew up playing video games, grew up playing Madden. I had the last NCAA. I'm just happy I'm in the game.
Well, you're in the game. You have a 97 speed. Do you think they did you justice with your rating?
No, I feel like I deserve a higher rating. I seen 97. I was like, okay, that's cool, but I feel like I should get that 99.
Okay, so maybe this is already the answer, but if you could change one thing about the game, what would it be?
My speed and my overall rating. I feel like they did me dirty, but I didn't have no stripes under my belt going into the game, so it's all good. I'm sure they'll change it this year.
What's your favorite offensive play call in the game?
My favorite offensive play call, it got to be the slot fade. I feel like that's just an undefeated play. Can't beat it.
Do you plan to play it as yourself in the Road to Glory?
Usually I don't play Road to Glory. I get on Ultimate Team and I build up a team and I just play online or I play with my friends.
What's your favorite meal? What's your favorite thing to eat? We'll say just in general, and then we'll ask about the restaurant after that.
Uh, gotta be my mom's pasta. My mom she make the best Alfredo pasta with shrimp. It's so good.
What's your favorite thing to eat at Las Cruces or a restaurant?
El Vugon, they have the best burrito tacos in the whole city, and on top of that, you can go there and get you I think it's called elote, something like that.
Yep.
It's so good, and they come with good drinks. It's just the best. It's the best spot in town.
So El Bugon, you heard it right here, man. You got to hook Tyler up with an NIL deal.
Come hook me up. Let's do it.
And I mean, if you can't get a hold of him, you got his gamer tag too. So there's no reason to not reach out to Tyler.
Yep.
All right, Tyler, if you could sit down and have a conversation with any three people of your choosing, they can be dead or alive, who'd you choose and why?
3 people. Okay. First person, it would be a dear friend that I lost. His name is Jordan. He'd be the first person. I like to have another conversation with him. Dang, 2 other people. I don't know. I feel like me and Antonio Brown will have a great conversation. I don't know. I just want to pick his brain and see what's up with him. I
If you
can't
had
think of anybody else though.
if you had to tell an aspiring high school player what the hardest part of playing college football is, what would that be and why?
I say trying to stay patient. You're gonna have coaches gas you, or you might do something good at practice, and you might be thinking, "Yeah, I'm about to play," but you're not gonna play. So I just say, just stay patient, stay the course, you know, and just continue to prove yourself.
All right, we got a couple fun ones to get you out of here. First one, if you had to pick any letter in the alphabet to win a fight against the other letters of the alphabet, which letter are you picking and why?
Let's say the lowercase letter J and the lowercase letter I, because they look similar, but the J has a hook at the bottom, so I think the J will beat the I because he could probably, I don't know, he could use the hook as a weapon. I don't know. It's just off the top of my head.
No, I
All right.
mean it makes sense. You got that hook. You gotta look out for it.
Yo, he got the hook.
All right, last question. Coach Sanchez comes in and says, "No need for pads today, boys. Grab your running shoes. We're doing laps." What position group does your mind immediately go to that caused it?
Ooh, the DBs automatically. Corners and the safeties. It got to be them. It got to be them. They just can't get right.
It's always the DBs, man. Like
Always.
I feel like we ask this question all the time, and 99% of the time the answer is DBs.
Yep.
We even interviewed 2 DBs and they said the DBs. So
Yep.
definitely
It's
something
always
about those
DB.
DBs.
Yep.
Well, thank you again, Tyler, for taking some time out of your day to spend with us. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me. Go Aggies.
If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're listening at podcast form, please rate and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Thank you all for your support. And until the next time, we are the G5 Hive.